Hey guys, welcome back to A Case of Distrust. We're going to talk to Frankie real quick, and apparently we can just present him our goals, and he will lead us in the right direction.
Yeah, we were poking around, and we didn't want, to look anything up, but we hoped that Frankie would help us.
Yeah, I didn't know that could be presented before.
Exactly.
So I still had no idea what to make of Green's past. Frankie shrugged.
Perhaps something in Green's house could give you some hint.
Okay.
All right,
Clearly
fine.
we missed something.
Yeah, we missed something major. Let's ask about the other thing.
Yeah. That seems silly. I really thought I found it. We're going to go and it's going to be just something I didn't click on because I'm a dummy. I wondered aloud how I could get more dirt on Green's bootlegging. Frankie thought about it too. He offered.
Well, Green's working with Tiny Paul on a scheme. If I were to buy from a new source, I'd have to try it, get a taster.
I continued his thought. So, there's likely a sample of Green's stuff laying around the tin spoon. That would make sense. Maybe I can ask Paul about whatever booze I find in
Unlabeled wine.
There we go.
That's the wine bottle. Okay.
Cool. Nice. I wouldn't have thought about that.
Nope.
Man, I'm glad we...
Yep. Thanks, Frankie.
Glad we chatted.
You're helpful.
You're a helpful...
All right, Green's house first. Let's just figure it out. We need
good-looking
whatever
man.
it is, we need to figure it out.
Frankie's good looking.
I mean, he's in silhouette. Hard to tell.
Look, he's good looking.
All right.
Okay?
You know what? You're right.
I promise.
You're right.
I promise.
I believe you.
I know shit like this.
You really appreciate silhouettes.
Fucking yeah, no, from a silhouette, I know. Sexy or not. And Frankie, all of my sexy alarms are going off.
I'm thrilled to hear it.
What is in here?
What did we miss? Yeah, that's laudanum.
All right, let's start all the way over here.
That.
No, I clicked on that. Yeah, 2 train tickets.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I found that one.
Okay.
No, I really, really think I clicked on everything. I'm going to go from right to left and we'll click on everything in the room.
Nope.
What? That was clickable 2 seconds ago, wasn't it? Maybe I'm wrong.
Withered plant. Okay. Phone. Can't click it. Coat. Can't click it. This is the laudanum.
Already looked at
This is her.
Ashtray.
No. Train tickets. What is this?
Bottles. Coat. So, I don't...
And we can't click on anything on the ceiling, like that lamp. Light fixture.
No. Yeah, I can't,
I don't know. You can't click on that? Just to be... Okay, just want to make clear. I just want to be clear.
No, I agree. I too would like the answer. But it's not... Is that clickable? Nope. I don't even know what that down there is. Why isn't this cool phone clickable? Alright, well, fuck that. We're gonna go and talk to Tin.
So frustrated.
I know.
Tin Spoon it is. Let's go to Tin Spoon.
I feel like maybe we have it. I think it's the St. Louis tickets, and we just have to ask the right person, maybe.
Okay,
Since we haven't asked the person, people are like, hey, there's something there that maybe you should find.
So maybe we can show Tin Spoon the train tickets?
Yeah, and see if he knows anything. I mentioned that earlier, but we didn't do it. So.
Okay, so while we're here, we do train tickets, we do booze. Let's do booze first.
Hey, Tiny Paul. Yeah, I got some shit to show you.
You know it.
I got some stuff.
Okay.
Wine bottle.
Yeah, there it is.
Ask Tiny Paul. The bottle on the table, I asked.
That's the stuff. A sample from Green's source.
I know some Napa wine that smells exactly like it, I said to him.
That's so.
He smiled.
Well, that one's from Vancouver.
I had to work every muscle in my face to stop my jaw from hitting the floor. Where's the wine from, Paul? I asked him again.
It's from Vancouver,
he repeated. Frankie had told me that only Napa grapes had this type of spice. If Paul didn't know this bottle was local, I wasn't going to tell him. But it told me something very important. I had to confirm with Frankie, but if my hunch was on the money, then Connor Green was not getting his wine from Canada, and he wasn't playing square with Tiny Paul.
Anything else?
Paul asked me. I snapped back into the moment and considered if I needed him to tell me anything else. And that's a nice built-in go back to Frankie. Yep. I bet the call will come in while we're there.
Yep. No, that's good. Now we need...
It's still evidence, right?
Yeah.
Asking about the tickets to St. Louis. Hey!
There we go.
Oh, I considered telling Tiny... No, actually, it's not. I considered telling Tiny Paul about Green's ticket to St. Louis, but if these mobsters thought that Green was about to blow town, they'd be liable to dig him an early grave. I still need to solve my case, and for that, I need my employer alive. Maybe after it all cleared up, I'd mention Green's ticket. I must have been lost in thought, because Tiny Paul said, "Can I get back to this already?" Yeah, let's go check in with Frankie.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks, Paul.
Bye. Bye, Paul. All right. Yep.
Yes, let's go to Frankie.
This is where I
Let's
wanna
ask
go.
about that Zinfandel.
I have no interest in talking to you, cab driver.
Okay.
Not your day. Even though I know you saw a good movie you want to tell me about.
I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
Okay.
All right, Frankie.
Hey, man.
Let me taste that Zen.
Taste that, Zen. What's eating you, kid? Okay.
Wine bottle.
Wine bottle. Show Frankie. Well, you'll like this, I told him. Remember that wine you offered me?
Oh, my Zinfandel, you nearly finished?
Where'd you say that grape was from?
It's from here, California, Napa or Sonoma.
You're sure?
Yes, Malone. That's the only place these grapes grow nowadays.
And not Canada, I asked.
What are you swinging at, Malone?
Tiny Paul had a bottle of wine that tasted the exact same. That identical spice. He said it was from Green's bootlegging source from Vancouver.
Malone, I'm telling you.
He said.
No wine anywhere else in the world has that spice. It ain't from Vancouver, and Green ain't getting it cheap.
I nodded. Well, you just confirmed my hunch. Green's got no source. He must be swindling Tiny Paul and the entire fairy gang. And I bet he'll run away with the money. Frankie let out a long whistle of disbelief. Just then, the phone rang. Hey!
There we go.
Frankie picked up with a...
Hello? Right?
Then handed me the receiver, saying...
Shipman.
Hey, what's up, man?
BC!
He said, his excited voice crackling the speaker. Find anything on Green, I asked?
Nothing.
He said. I was puzzled. Then why'd you call?
That's the idea. First got pitched for a brawl at the ferry building. That was in November 1920. Before that, no Connor Green anywhere in the bay. Strange. He continued. Has trouble staying out of a mess, mixed up with something nearly every week. So only appearing a few years ago? That Oakland backstory is Swiss cheese.
What are you thinking? Green's got a different past?
Uh-huh.
He said.
Guess that he just got here in 1920.
No! Go back!
Get your cursor off the clicker thing.
Why is it so sensitive?
But you know it is, and we just need to avoid it.
Damn it. Alright. Sorry. Pause the video, read that, get back to us, let us know what we missed. I thought aloud, so he might have changed lives. Is there any way to confirm that?
If Green fled, the local bulls would keep looking for him, but not if they thought he died. Get these cases sometimes where mobsters fake a death to escape a burg. Use a mangled stiff to do it. Someone unrecognizable. That way, they get out of town without a chase.
Do you have like a cold or something, man? You sound very crackly.
I've been stuffed up since the tens.
I like that. Wow, we just got a lot of information.
Yeah.
Got any mobster deaths in the 1920?
A ton. Too many to look through. But narrow the search for me. A town he might be from. And I could check a specific city archive.
Anything in your notes? Anything in our notes?
The tickets.
Hey! Good call. Nice. Hey, we got the sound.
We got it.
Good job. I found some tickets to St. Louis in Green's apartment, I told him. The missus was ruffled when I picked them up. I stayed on the telephone while Shipman used another line to call his contact at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. I was nursing a glass of gin when he got back to me. Ooh.
Lucky break, PC. Seems there's one that fits the bill.
He read aloud an article from St. Louis Post-Dispatch dated October 8th, 1920.
Gun battle at June's Diner. Gangster dead. Suspected bandit clubhouse scene of another shooting. A heated argument turned deadly Thursday as multiple shots rang inside June's Diner on 14th Street, suspected hideout of Egan's Rats. A man was found dead at the scene, unidentified due to shotgun wounds to his face. Police suspect he is mobster Breg the Jester, who had hired a private eye to investigate threats on his life. Last month, Chief of Police Brannon said investigating gangster or on-gangster deaths was a waste of time, and the discovery of the threats led many to believe police wouldn't look further into the case.
When you get a cool nickname, do you show up and you're like, hey, my name is Breg, I want you to call me the Jester?
How do you get a nickname so serious it ends up in the papers?
Exactly. Or is it like tomfoolery boys in the locker room being like, hey, we're calling you the Jester now, and he's like, stop, I don't want that name, and then it just like sticks.
I think it's got to be something that just sticks, right?
Yeah, I guess, but it's a very interesting thing to think about.
It's like, do superheroes choose their names, or is it just like some rando that's like,
well, that kind of depending on the story. Like Daredevil didn't choose his name in the TV show, but Batman does choose Batman. So, hold on.
Did Good Boy choose her name? I didn't read Good Boy.
Did Shazam choose Shazam? Because if so, fuck you, Shazam. Hold on, I said. This Breg character had hired a private detective.
Seems police are quick to forget a case if they get a reason to think it's just gangster violence.
This lines up with Green, I said.
Gets better. Breg's first name? Connor.
I cursed loudly through the telephone. Connor Gregg. I continued with my theory. And your story says this Breg was deeply in debt. So maybe Green's just waiting in San Francisco until he's got enough dough to skip town and go home.
He have some bootlegging business?
Shipman asked.
Why would he leave that behind?
No, I shook my head. His wine is complete bunk. It's local stuff, not any Canadian route he might be claiming. I didn't know why he'd pull a fast one until now. Returning Breg to St. Louis...
returning Breg to St. Louis could be huge. Swing by the station. We'll iron it all out.
I agree and slam the receiver at its pegs.
Cool.
Nice.
See,
I need to make my way back to the station. See you, Frankie.
Yeah, let's go talk to him.
Good chatting with ya.
Thanks, Frank.
Always like ya. You know you sexy. Oh.
There he is.
There he is. You like this little bit on his
like
mouth?
Paul Blart.
Yeah. Like a thin, balding Paul Blart.
It's perfect. So what's the news on Green?
Frankie asked as I was heading up the stairs. Now it seemed like I had all the details. I summarized it for him. So, the total wrap. Green isn't really green at all. He's Breg the Jester, a former member of Egan Rats from St. Louis. Hey, do you know where he got the name the Jester from? I don't know. Maybe that's what we should be researching.
He's Breg.
Frankie was shocked. He's been here a while.
But he's been here a while, Malone.
Sure, I said. But only since 1920. He couldn't pay off his debts in Missouri, so he faked his death and moved to San Francisco. He's been longing to go back, but he needs a way to settle his score before he can show his face again.
I love how in order to keep your hand away from the clicker, you've been like messing with your ring.
Yeah,
His ring just flew off and like rolled across the couch.
I'm doing anything to not touch it because I don't want to skip important info.
No, it's a good call. It's just very funny that you're like that, like, ooh.
Because I like just playing with the cursor.
Yeah, no, you're good. Is that where his bootlegging comes in?
Frankie asked. Uh-huh. Green set up a sham rum running scheme. He bought local wine, but claimed to get it over...
Okay. You have not stopped doing this. Just stop.
It's bugging only the visual person in the room.
Yeah, and it's really bugging
Stop,
me.
don't grab my arm. He brought local wine, but claimed to get it at the lower prices from Canada. He convinced Tiny Paul to front him for the heap of cash for it. Instead of providing the wine, he's planning to skip town with Paul's money, disappearing to St. Louis with enough dough to pay back his debts. He's already
He's already faked his death once, so he'll do it again here?
Frankie asked. That's right. His plan is similar to his last one. Hire a detective claiming he's scared for his life, fake his death, then know the police won't bother with the underground violence. Frankie looked at me with a blank stare.
Seems like all the pieces fit,
he said.
So he just hired you as a cover?
I sighed. Seems like it.
Don't worry about the...
Frankie started saying, but I cut him off. I'm going to see Shipman now. I'll sweep away this mess, then come back and see you. Have a stiff drink ready, I instructed.
Just be careful, Malone. Egan's rats have a reputation. They can be ruthless.
I turned and walked up the stairs.
Thanks, Frankie.
All right.
You got
thanks,
our
Frank.
back.
All right, sweet. Let's go to the police station. Green had hired me to cover so that he could blow town. Shipman held the final evidence to sink that plan. I need to get to the station. You want to go to the station next time?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it. Then we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.